Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble. Did you ever consider pardoning him?
I don't care if Trump pardons Diddy. I really don't. Because Diddy's reputation is already effed up. It's gone. Whatever credit he had as going as a great black man, as a person that was for the black people, all that
Yes, the other day, President Trump responded to this question from Fox News reporter. The way the mainstream media picked this up, they transmitted a different message from what he said. And people are reacting to this like if Trump pardoned Diddy, oh, he will lose support, this will happen. What I've seen on social media is extremely concerning. It is important we take an exclusive look into what is going on exactly.
Trump has a lot of other great ideas, including a possible pardon for Diddy. Loves it. He's handing out pardons like they're podcast promo codes right now. But he won't be giving one to Diddy if 50 Cent has anything to do with it. Nobody's having more fun with this Diddy trial than 50 Cent right now. And 50 Cent, he claims he's going to call President Trump to share all the insulting things Diddy said about him, just in case he's thinking about giving him a pardon.
I don't care if Trump pardons Diddy. I really don't. Whatever credit he had as going as a great black man, as a person that was for the black people, all that gone. Anybody that ever does any kind of business with Diddy will be looked at as weird. See, there's one thing the black community has. It's called street justice. We will literally shun our own people, and we will make them have to speak up about anything they're going to be held accountable for. Snoop has already had to say several times he doesn't care. But he does care that we came at his ass about Trump. He said it was about money, but he don't need that money. But yet he had to explain himself to the black community. Anybody that ever works with Diddy, if he is pardoned, would have to answer to us. And you'll be placed in that category as an abuser, an ex-trafficker, and so on and so forth. I don't think anybody in their right mind would want to tie themselves to Diddy. So Trump can go ahead and pardon him if he wants to. Diddy's not a white man. He's not going to be able to get off and recreate his career the way white folks can do it, like Todd Chrisley is doing right now. Even though Todd Chrisley's white collar crime, he's still got a TV show and ETC coming. Diddy will not be granted that grace. So go ahead, Trump, pardon him. Do what you got to do. This will not be for the black community.
Well, there's lots of crazy stuff going on, so let's get to it.
Yes, someone posted there, it is time to fight fake news with facts again. The media is lying about Trump considering a pardon for Diddy. Here's what really happened. A reporter brought up that Trump once called Diddy a good friend in 2012, like you saw at the beginning of the video. Trump responded, nobody asked, but people were close to asking. I haven't spoken to him in years. He's used to like me a lot. Then I ran for politics. That relationship busted up. I certainly look at the facts. If I thought someone was mistreated, whether they like me or not, it would not matter. That was a good response. When you take a look at how they changed this whole situation to look at like Trump was considering to pardon him,
a pardon if Diddy is convicted. Now, if anybody's been keeping up with this Diddy trial, we know how disturbing his victims have been talking and what this man has done to his victims and other people that are not even like, I wouldn't say his victims, but people that have worked with him that have come out and said the things that he's done, right? So it goes on, it says President Trump is weighing in on the Diddy federal criminal trial, saying he would look into the case and consider a potential pardon if the jury returns a guilty verdict. Now, if people don't see how fucked up that truly is, then I don't know what to tell you. For the MAGA out there, then I guarantee if he was to pardon Diddy, do you know the fear that those victims would have? It says Trump just doled out a bunch of pardons and commutations this week to a slew of celebrities, and he was asked Friday if he would ever consider pardoning POTUS says he hasn't been following the Diddy trial all that closely, and he would have to look at what's happening and look at the facts. He better look really hard at those facts. Trump said if Diddy was convicted and if he felt Diddy was mistreated, he might consider a potential pardon. Goes on to say those are some pretty big ifs. Diddy literally on the trial right now, and we're likely not even halfway through. Frankly, this all sounds a bit premature, even if Trump's recent batch of pardons prompted the question from Fox, Peter Dosey. And then it just goes on to the, But it's the fact that he would even mention this because, like, they're like in the middle of the trial. To me, that would make witnesses want to just not even, I know once you're subpoenaed, you have to go to court, but then they could also change their story because now they're going to be potentially scared to talk. Because if he was to be pardoned, he's going to remember all those people that basically told his business. Because right now, Diddy is looking pretty damn bad on the stand. And again, we already know Trump said what great friend he was with Diddy, that he was a good person and that they were really good friends. We heard that in real time. It's all over the internet. That's not alleged. That's nothing. He said it when he did his Apprentice show. He talked to a girl, I forgot, I think she might have been with Dddy Kane. And when Trump found out that she worked with Puffy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, whatever, Trump was like, oh, I know him. He's a really good friend of mine. That, blah, blah, blah. He acknowledged that. That's nothing alleged. He acknowledged that P. Diddy and him were really good friends. Now, does that surprise us? No. What really surprises me that he would, well, really not. That he would actually say this in the middle of a case that is being trialed right now. To me, that's just like making the witnesses really scared now, and they could just like go in wanting to tell the truth, and then they're thinking, holy shit, he's pardoned, he'd be out, and then I'd be potentially in danger, is what their mental thoughts would be, right? I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments, because to me, that would just show me and the whole world what this man truly is. Exactly what this man is. Evil. Alrighty then. Tell me what you think in the comments.
The presidential pardon power, as Alyssa knows, is it's such a significant power. And it should be used with purpose and intentionality.
Yes, when I started watching this lady, I thought she was intelligent enough to understand Trump's response. Any other president will respond like that. Yeah, I will look at the facts. What is wrong with that? I'm not really following what is going on at the trial. So if that's very simple. Trump did not say, oh, if I realize like someone was mistreated in this case, okay, I can relook into it. That was a brilliant response. So this lady trying to turn everything by saying, oh, they are friends, things like that. I don't get it. Now, this is the fact. Trump never said he was considering a pardon. Trump never said he knew the facts of the case. Trump was asked a hypothetical and said he look at it if it come up like any president will. So no, Trump is not defending Diddy. He hasn't even looked at the case. This is how fake news work. They twist vague answers into why headlines. That has been the case for a very long time. They will make it look like, oh, Trump has concluded. When you look at Trump's response, it was very normal. Any president will say like that. Yes, I will look at the facts. If I see that, oh, this was not right, I will look deep into it. And whether they like me or not, no favoritism. So I don't get the point why people are always obsessed in spreading lies when it concerns Trump. It gets me irritated sometimes. When I see it, it's crazy.
Pardon power, as Alyssa knows, is such a significant power. And it should be used with purpose and intentionality. And I'm just sort of disgusted by what I've seen. Of course, presidents have been pardoning people for a long time, but he pardoned 1,500 people, and most of them were January 6th insurrections.
Pardon Jack the Ripper if he was alive.
Yes, he would. He would. And, you know,
He's also British.
And
Well, maybe he is alive. Tell him he's alive.
and then, you know, when you think about the, you know, Sean Combs, yes, he's you know, denied his guilt, but the bottom line is I've been in that courtroom almost every single day, and we're hearing about women who were physically abused, who were mentally and emotionally abused, and the thought that he would just consider it, and he himself has been found, you know, civilly liable for abuse. So the fact that he would be so dismissive of these charges is really something that is shameful. It's just shameful.
You know, to our daily segment.
If you're having some issues in your marriage
And actually found a way to bitch and moan about how hard it is to live in the White House.
When you walk through a storm, keep your head held high. Show.
Big debate going on.
Think of Donald Trump's post this morning alleging that since I said I hate Taylor Swift,
will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial. Require Carmelo to run. He had 100.
Has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. All good.
If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense. The kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor.
Bedroom, because she's fearful of what might happen to her.
followers for anything, and then
Registration Act is
talking about this man, Killmonger.
My summary of the first 100 days is that
if film and TV productions continue to
first term, and you will be very.
Once again, the field was littered with Wintour does every year. This Carmelo Anthony case.
Live in the White House. Many people.
Like a little unhinged drunk.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black people.